Hello? Anybody out there? Guess who? Can you see my face under there? Hey, it's Helen here from HelenMartinOnline.com. Shall we choose something a little less invasive, do you think? Hold tight, hold tight. What's this one? Oh, that's a bit strange. How about we go love for Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day's in the air, all of that. There we go. I've got a love heart on my forehead. That's okay. We'll just sit with that on my forehead. How are you? Helen here from HelenMartinOnline.com. Welcome. What I'm here to talk to you about today is 7 tips to keep yourself visible in the newsfeed and to increase your visibility in the newsfeed on Facebook. So this will be a little bit of a cross between, some of it will be relevant to personal pages and business pages, some of it will be just relevant to business pages, but 7 tips overall to help your visibility in the newsfeed of Facebook. So if you are joining me for the very first time, it is Helen here from HelenMartinOnline.com, and predominantly what I do is help home-based business owners bring their business online. So Facebook, branding, Facebook ads, lead generation, video marketing, Facebook Lives, tips to help you grow your business online. So if we are meeting for the first time, say hello down below. Tell me where you're coming in from. If you're catching the replay later on, just watch the word put the word replay down below so I can go and say hello to you sort of afterwards. So it's awesome to have you here, anybody that's live or catching the replay. So let me get into these 7 tips. Now, tip number one. Tip number one, you won't be surprised. If you're doing it, you'll be fine with it. If you're not doing it, you'll be going, there it is again, and that's Facebook Lives. So Facebook Lives is the best way to get maximum exposure for you in Facebook's newsfeed. So that is relevant to a business page, group pages, personal pages, all sort of the Facebook different types of pages. Facebook Live is brilliant for exposure and also interaction, etc. So Facebook Live, the difference between a Facebook Live and you uploading a video that you might have done is that a Facebook Live is Facebook's, video platform. Just a notification there. So it's with it being their own video platform, naturally they're going to give it more exposure out to, wide and sundry, if you like. If you just upload a video and put it up, it's not being done by their video platform. So Facebook Live will give you, I've heard a few different stats, but one that I heard recently was about 4 times the amount of exposure if you do a Facebook Live. So if you're doing Facebook Lives on your personal page, just stick to personal stuff, and creating that curiosity and intrigue. Don't sell anything on your personal Facebook page. Don't promote products and stuff on a personal Facebook page. That is not appropriate. But just, if you're out and about somewhere having fun and you just want visibility for yourself and your lifestyle and creating curiosity about what you're up to and what you're doing, then Facebook Live on a personal page. If you've ever tested this, you'll know the exposure on a personal Facebook page for a Facebook Live is so much more than on a business page. Test that one day if you haven't already, because they're your friends, they're your family, and especially with the changes to the Facebook algorithm, they're showing more content of friends of family to people on personal Facebook pages. So if you go live on your personal Facebook page and you're doing something fun, you're at a concert, you're out and about, you're singing a song, you're doing something silly, you've come across something awesome, and you want to show people on your personal Facebook page, you'll get really, really good exposure. So don't use Facebook Lives on your personal page to push business, because that's still against Facebook policy, but you can definitely show sort of lifestyle and the weird and wonderful things that you're up to in your life. But definitely Facebook Live is number one as far as getting, your face out in Facebook's news feed over and over again. So if you haven't ventured there yet, if you haven't done it yet, then just, be brave and think of something that you might want to talk about. Think about your content for a little bit and then just push the live button and do it. 2018 is the year to do a Facebook Live if you have not done one yet. Because something I read the other day was, what was it? It was something I was reading about, Facebook advertising and the changes to the algorithm and the best way to utilize Facebook advertising sort of moving forward. And there was a comment in there that said, even image ads like Facebook advertising, they will become a thing of the past. Everything's going to video. Everything's going to video. So you might as well start now and get ahead of the game. Okay, what is number 2? My notes are upside down. Okay, tell people to mark, like on a business page, fan page, public page, etc. People will like your page and people can choose to follow your page as well. So instruct people, if you want people to see your information first, tell people to go and find the follow button, pull down the tab and tick see first. So what that means is that Facebook will show your content to that person if they've clicked that button. And you'll notice a lot of business pages are doing graphics with the circle of, the following button and then pulling the tab down and see first and click here. You'll see a lot more of that because people are telling people if you don't want to miss a Facebook Live of mine, if you want to see my information in your news feed, go to the follow button on my page. So do this for me so you don't miss my Facebook Lives. Go to my page, find the follow button, click down the little tab and choose see first. And that means when I go live or when I post on my page that it does show up in your news feed. So if you want to see somebody's content, or you can direct your audience to see your content first. So that's tip number 2. Follow button, pull it down, see first, choose that, and that'll be guaranteed that people see your information. Okay? Third one, Facebook groups. If you're not using Facebook groups, I would encourage you to utilize them. Now I did, my Facebook Live yesterday was about Facebook groups. My Facebook Live yesterday was about business pages on Facebook, but the difference between a Facebook group and like a fan page or a public page, an entrepreneur page. So what's the difference between the two? So they both have their place. The fan page is really good for going and reaching the cold audience and warming them up and building a relationship with people, getting them to know, like and trust you, so then they get access to your free training, buy your stuff, make more sales, etc. A group page is really more targeted. So you can have a group page with, let's say you're in network marketing, MLM, direct sales, and you've got a particular product that you want to talk about and talk about in a group. So you close the group and go for it. Go for it in that group. Put your promotional stuff in there. If you've got a sale or a special or a new product or whatever, go for it. Smash it in that group. Now, the people in that group, they're highly interactive and they're highly engaged because they're there because they want to be there. You've either added to the group because you've had a conversation, I've got heaps of information about my product in the group. Would you mind if I add you to the group? And so it's a more warm audience, if you like, to what you're saying. And generally interaction can be better and you can actually promote your stuff a lot more than you would. You're never going to do it on a personal page anyway, well, you shouldn't be. Or a business page, like a fan page, an entrepreneur page, is not the place to go and do that. So if you set up a group page and have all your information in there and your videos and your promotional stuff and stuff that you want to talk about, you get people into that group. They're there because they want to be there. So they're going to see your stuff more often, your promotional stuff, your product stuff more often if they're in that group. Okay, so Facebook groups really do have a wonderful place in, people seeing the information about your products, services, etc. You could even have a Facebook group for your actual business opportunity. I have both. I have a Facebook group which my team adds people to regarding the products, so it's all sorts of videos and information there about our products, but I also have another group page regarding the business opportunity. So my team can drop prospects in there and they can find out all the information they need about the business. So if I put posts in there, and the people that are sitting on that page are more likely to see my information than in other forms on Facebook. So Facebook groups are a really good way to utilize and get exposure. So the fourth thing, have genuine interaction with people. The changes to the Facebook algorithm mean that hopefully you've got some kind of awareness now that Facebook are going to be concentrating more on people seeing more from their friends and family rather than business. So even if you're creating curiosity on your personal Facebook page, curiosity and intrigue, if anybody comments on that or likes it or does something, then, say somebody comments on it, then make sure you engage back. This is all about engagement and relationships. Now, the problem with Facebook pages often is that a lot of people look, listen, sticky beak, curious, but don't comment. Never like, never comment. You'd never know they're there. So it makes it difficult for you to interact with those people, but the people that do bother to interact and engage, make sure you engage back. Something that I've been doing on this page, my Helen Martin page, which gets great interaction, is I just ask a question. So I asked a question the other day, which was just something I was thinking about for some reason. I don't know why. So I just thought, I'm going to ask that on my page. So the question was, if you got offered $1 million up front or $50,000 a year for the next 20 years, what would you choose? Comment below and tell me, what would you choose? What would you choose out of those two options? Would you want the $1 million up front? Or would you take the $50,000 every month for the rest of your life? So I'll just leave that one with you to think about. Everybody has their different thoughts and there's no right or wrong. It's just what people's goals are, vision are, what age they are, all that kind of stuff. But it created a lot of interaction. So people commented. And then when they commented, I've engaged back with every single one of those comments. So it's like, oh, that's really interesting. What did you mean by that? Or that's really interesting. And I've then asked a question. So then they answer back and I start a conversation. That to Facebook is awesome because I've got people that are interacting with me on my page. So it's all about interaction. So people that interact with me, I interact back, vice versa, it goes on. Then they are more likely to see my future information because there's engagement there, there's interaction there. So those people that are just sitting back and watching, and there's lots of them. I know there's a lot of people that watch my Facebook Lives that don't comment, don't say anything. They're just sort of sitting there and watching and they're intrigued in what I'm up to and whatever. And my opportunity to engage with them, could be slim because they're not commenting for me to comment back. But those that do bother to comment and say hi or comment, etc., engage with them. Engagement is what Facebook is all about moving forward on any page. So don't take it for granted that somebody's liking your comment or taking the time to comment on your stuff. Really good, genuine interaction is awesome. The fifth one, paid advertising. You might not like to hear that, but, boosting posts. If you know how to boost a post properly, a lot of people boost posts and they're just wasting their money because you're not sure how to sort of boost a post the right way. So you can boost a post to the audience on your page and the visibility will go out wider. So if I've, done a Facebook Live and it's got heaps of interaction, it's like, okay, this was a topic that people were interested in. I know out of the 6,000 odd people that are on my page, not everybody sees my stuff. It's just impossible. If we saw everything of everybody that, liked our pages and vice versa, your news feed would just be moving like that continuously. Excuse me. So I know my stuff doesn't get seen to a lot of people, that have actually even chosen to like my page. That's fine, but if I've done a Facebook Live there's a lot of comments and an interesting comment, I can throw $5 at it, $10 at it, boost it, and just send it to the people that like my page. So that's going to get me more visibility in other people's news feeds because I've thrown a few dollars at it. And then there's Facebook advertising where you can actually do targeted ads to targeted people. So that's definitely going to get you seen more in the news feed, but it will cost you a few dollars. But it's very, very effective. Okay, my notes are upside down again. Here's one thing not to do to make sure your visibility in the newsfeed is not limited. Okay, so this is where you might do something on, on a fan page, public page, etc. And you've got a call to action. So there's something that you want people to do at the end of your Facebook Live, or you've got a status update about something and you've got a call to action and you want to send people somewhere. So that call to action might be a link off Facebook. It might be a link to a blog post. It might be a link to another article. It might be linked to, what we call a capture page, where you're capturing somebody's email address for some free training or something like that. If you're doing that, don't put the call to action up the top in the status update, because that's showing to Facebook that you are sending people off their platform. And I've tested this. I've ignored it and tested it and watched my reach, and it does make a difference. And even now with Facebook's changes to the algorithm, it's even more important. So it doesn't mean you can't have a call to action just in your status up there. It's just about being a little bit clever and a little bit more strategic about where you put it. So in your status update, then the call to action would be the link to the blog post is down below in the comments section. The link to, the free training is down in the comments section. So direct people in your status update where that call to action is and just put it in the comments section. So it will limit your reach in the news feed if you've got a call to action taking people off Facebook. So that's just something important to remember as to, what not to do. Now, the last thing is when it's appropriate. Keyword being appropriate. When it's appropriate, you can share stuff from your business page, if you've got one, to your personal page if you want to. I very rarely do that. And I would encourage you to think very carefully about what it is you would be sharing. So you wouldn't want to be sharing, specific targeted business stuffs, but let's say you put something on your business page that's curious, that's you having fun with some people somewhere. So it's a lifestyle type post, but it's on your business page. Or you've got a photograph of yourself, with an achievement or something, or you're on stage with your company or something like that. And so it's just a nice positive update that you've put on your business page. Then with that kind of post from your business page, you could share that to your personal page. Now what that does is it makes people curious on your personal Facebook page, but it's not business orientated. You want to stay away from that. You want to stay away from pushing business on your personal Facebook page. But if you've got a post on your business page that is fun and lively and encouraging and just showing something good and positive, then you could share that over to your personal page. So that's going to make people curious, and then they can choose to go over to your business page and check out what you're doing over there. But that's their choice to go over there. You're just creating the curiosity and intrigue. So let me just wrap up those 7 tips. So number 1 was Facebook Lives. Number 2 was directing people to choose the following button and then see first. The third one was utilizing Facebook groups. The fourth one was having genuine interaction with people. The fifth one is boosting a post or doing Facebook ads. That's definitely going to be a winner with getting your stuff seen in people's news feeds. Number 6 was being very careful with a call to action. So it doesn't mean you can't do them. So if somebody says you just don't do call to actions anymore, on a business page, it's not quite as blanket as that. You can do them. You've just got to be a little bit more strategic about where you put the information. And 7 is, when appropriate, just creating that curiosity, intrigue. You can share stuff from your business page to your personal page to get more interaction, and sort of cross-promoting, if you like, the two types of pages. So I hope you found that helpful and interesting. If you did, send me some likes and loves, put a comment down below saying yes, I found that helpful, Helen. It's just good feedback for me to know that you're getting value out of the information. If you know people that are using Facebook to build their business online, please share this out to them, tag them on this Facebook Live to make sure they get the information, because you don't want to sit on Facebook and put all this effort into posts and blogs or whatever it is that you're doing on Facebook and people don't see your content. So you really do want to maximize, the amount of people seeing your information, interacting with you, engaging with you, telling Facebook, yes, I have good engagement interaction on my page. So then Facebook continues to show your content to those people. So, thank you for listening. I really appreciate you being here or catching the replay if you catch that. Tomorrow, now what was I talking about tomorrow? Oh, I'm talking about common mistakes that I see people make on Facebook that will hurt your business. So tune in that tomorrow to hear about those common mistakes. I don't want to highlight the negative, but there are things that people are still doing commonly that will actually hurt your business if you continue to do them. So I'll talk about that tomorrow. So until then, I will see you then. Bye.